First, the bad news. We live in a world of toxicity. You probably already are aware of this on some level, right? There's a lot of pollution. There's a lot of chemicals being sprayed on our foods. There's a lot of contaminants in our water. And the problem really comes down to that people are becoming less and less healthy. Throughout the world, cancer, diabetes, heart disease, and other lifestyle-related illnesses are on the rise. All you got to do is a quick Google search to see the state of people's health in the country you live in. And most of them around the world, especially first world nations, are declining rapidly. And that's not good. People are overfed and undernourished. They're shopping in the center of the grocery store, right? All the processed food and all the junk. They're not eating real food anymore. And that's causing a lot of issues. So fact, we love facts. Every single person on this planet can benefit from improving their long-term health. And this is one of the easiest and best ways of doing that, which is what we're talking about here today. So we're suffering from more dis-ease than ever before. Now, the first part of this is dehydration. So 90+% of people are chronically dehydrated. And when you say chronically dehydrated, it's past the point of them even being aware that they're dehydrated. They're no longer even feeling thirsty. They're way past that point. Now it's just a new normal, which is absolutely crazy. Our bodies are made up of 70% approximately of water, and our brain is 85% water. Did you know that when you're born as a baby, if you're born as a healthy baby, you're born in homeostasis, you're perfect. Your internal organs, everything is perfect. From that moment on, it starts to deteriorate away from that. So when you see a really old person and they're shriveled over, hunched over, their water has gone significantly down in their bodies. They're literally shriveling like a raisin. But when they were born, they were like closer to 90% water. It's like phenomenal how much water plays a role in our overall health and how much that can change when you're not replenishing properly throughout your lifetime. So some of the symptoms that people experience and they don't know why is symptoms including fatigue, migraines, clouded thoughts, muscle cramps, infrequent urination, and many more, okay? And this is also a trigger for other things to start happening. Dehydration leads to much worse things in the body. So this is a baseline that is very important for you to be aware of and factor into your overall health. Acidosis is the second major one. The blood pH never strays from 7.35 to 7.45, which really means that the rest of your body is always trying to take on the extra acidity to protect the blood, which means you get different body parts, different organs starting to fail. So excessive oxidation at a cellular level, symptoms include heartburn, acid reflux, skin issues, joint inflammation, stress, and many more. So you can see here a long list of stuff that people are dealing with every single day. Inflammation is the third major one. It's your body's attempt at self-protection becomes chronic if the internal environment cannot flush it away. Chronic inflammation can eventually cause several diseases and conditions, including some cancers, rheumatoid arthritis, and other systemic diseases. See, we start getting into the big words and I start messing things up, but I'll do my best. All right. The human body is mostly water. So it's funny to me now, 12 years later, that people are still choosing to be ignorant to this fact. It's one thing to not know at all, and it's another thing to know and not do anything about it. So I like to always tell people is like, you may have been able to plead ignorance before this presentation, but if you watch this thing and do nothing at the end of it, that's on you because you can't plead ignorance anymore. So human body, roughly 72% water, lungs 90%, blood 82%, skin 80%, muscle 75%, brain 70%, bones. It matters, guys. It really does matter. Our planet is very similar to our bodies. Our planet is also mostly water. So that's a clue for you how important this all is. Why don't people drink enough water, right? This is a question that I ask people to this day. I'm always curious when I get people with this really emotional reaction when water comes up and they're like, man, are you serious? It doesn't taste good. I don't like the way it feels. It sloshes around in my belly. You know, you go to the gym and you're thirsty. You slam a big bottle of water or drink from the little fountain and tried doing bench press or some kind of workout and you feel these waves splashing in your stomach, obviously nobody likes that, right? It's not good. It's hard to drink. It has a metallic aftertaste. You got to really force yourself. So people have associated water as being something they don't enjoy. And that's obviously not going to lead you to drinking more and being properly hydrated. So really ask yourself right now, if you were to think about today or the last week or the last month and try to guess how much water you're drinking daily on an average, would you think that you're drinking enough as it is right now? Most people would be like, nope. So this book is really interesting. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at the bookstore. But Dr. Batman here, he says, you're not sick, you're thirsty. Don't treat thirst with medications. And that's so profound if you think about it, because often people actually confuse hunger with dehydration also. They're like, oh man, I'm super hungry. But really you're thirsty. So thirst is one of the first things that you should be thinking about regarding your health, with the right water, of course, which we're going to get into. So are you dehydrated? Or I should say, are you hydrated? I just assume you're dehydrated. Are you hydrated? Probably not. You're dehydrated. But here's a quick indicator. When you go pee in the bathroom, have a quick look and see what color on the pee spectrum you're landing, okay? Because if it gets darker and darker and darker, you need to replenish those electrolytes and the fluids as soon as possible. Some benefits of proper hydration. People are always focusing on food and diet and working out and sleep and supplements and everything else out of the 100% equation of health that all fits into only 30% total. And then the biggest piece, which is roughly 70%, gets completely ignored. Don't you think that's a little bit crazy, right? But if you focus on that and you do it the right way, it can lead to weight loss, weight control, strengthens your immune system, improve bodily functions, increase brain power, memory, focus, energizes your muscles, decreases your chances of getting serious illnesses, regulates your bowel movements, ramp ups your brain power. That's important. We put that on there twice. Prevents cramping and removes toxins, right? So really, really important, guys, to get enough